He was a predator right then and there. That's the day you found out he was a predator.
Yeah.
Yes. And after you found out he was a predator, did you not say he needed a lawyer?
I can confidently tell you she did not go to school with her backpack.
How was that?
Because we found it in the trash.
In every community, tragedy can strike unexpectedly. But when it involves a young life going missing, the impact reverberates far beyond the confines of a single household. As the reality of not coming back looms in the horizon, and the possibility of seeing them alive again sets everyone on edge. A feeling known very well by Madeline Soto's family and neighborhood. But who was Madeline Soto?
We dropped her off at school, close to school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way. She was spotted walking.
Have you heard from any of her friends? Has she been active on any social media?
On the morning of February 26, 2024, 13-year-old Madeline Soto was preparing for another typical day of school. Everything seemed routine for the Soto family as they began their day. At approximately 8:45 a.m., Madeline's transportation to school was arranged by her mother's boyfriend. However, by 4:45 p.m. that same day, Madeline was reported missing. Madeline's mother, Jen Soto, recounted that her boyfriend, Stephan Sterns, was responsible for taking Madeline to school on that fateful day. Instead of dropping her directly at the school, Sterns promptly left Madeline off a distance away, near a local church, as she preferred to walk the remaining distance to school on her own. Jen maintains that it was customary to drop Madeline off near school to allow her to walk the remaining distance, a practice they had followed previously. Additionally, Jen noted that there were some occasions where Madeline opted to not bring her phone to school, asserting that this peculiar day was one of those instances. Consequently, Jen expressed concern that Madeline, if in any danger, would have been unable to reach out for assistance. Stephan's account aligns with Jen's narrative, stating that he escorted Madeline to school but left her at the church due to her prompted embarrassment over his vehicle. He claims that he last saw Madeline in the church parking lot.
Dropped her off. Everything looked fine when I drove away. It's the last time we saw her.
Video footage from the church surveillance system supports his claim, capturing Madeline's presence in the parking lot. However, there is no footage of her arriving at the school. Later that afternoon, when Jen went to retrieve Madeline from school, she was informed of her daughter's absence. Immediately alarmed, Jen contacted the authorities and reported Madeline's missing. She then commenced a frantic search for Madeline, scouring the neighborhood and visiting the homes of friends and relatives in a desperate attempt to locate her daughter.
What was the last thing, I guess, the conversation that you two had, you and your daughter?
We spoke about her birthday party. She had a birthday party on Sunday. She had a great time. I couldn't make it because I was working, but she had an amazing time. She was so happy with all her gifts. I told her good night, and yeah, that was it. I wasn't the one who took her to school in the morning. That was my partner. But yeah, in my heart, I feel like somebody took her. This isn't like her to just pick up and run away.
During the initial stages of the investigation, Jen participated in several interviews with local news reporters in Orlando, attracting scrutiny from both the public and law enforcement. In these interviews, her boyfriend Stephan's nervous behavior was conspicuous, as he could be seen behind her, exhibiting signs of anxiety such as grunting and cracking his knuckles. Jen's demeanor appeared remarkably composed and a matter of fact, a stark contrast to what one might expect from a parent whose child was presumed missing at the time.
You were in an argument with you and was like, you know what, I'm gonna go hang out at so-and-so's house and teach her a lesson. You know, could that be a scenario?
I don't believe so. We actually haven't gotten into a fight in like a few weeks, or arguments or anything like that. If anything, on Sunday, she celebrated her 13th birthday with my entire family, and she had the best day. She was so happy. She showed us all her gifts. She's just a happy girl, and she showed it on Sunday night when she went to bed. She was so happy. So, you know, she had the best day. I just, you know, there was no moment in that evening from when she got home from the party that she had the phone or had the laptop. She went straight to getting ready and went to bed.
First reaction is to protect this guy.
I
You just said, I only saw a picture of him, whatever your verbiage was, I say blowjob, of his penis in her mouth, and your first reaction was, fuck. Oh my, victimized? No. She's being abused? No. It's Stephan needs a lawyer. Who the fuck cares if we think he killed her? He's
I don't know why I said that.
But that's the problem. You don't know why. So the reaction in your mind is you are continuously protecting this guy. So why do I sit here and believe that you don't? Because right now you know Stephan killed her. You know Stephan's been raping her. You know without her body, can he be charged with murder?
I don't know.
Exactly. So you don't know what we can do. Do I think we can charge him with murder? It's not up to me. Should he be charged with murder? Yes.
Please.
Does your role in her life lead this to happen? I'll be honest. Yes.
I know.
Since she was a child, since her victimization started, it occurred under your roof and you acted like it didn't exist. And knowing the victimization, knowing how ongoing it is, knowing that you saw a picture of it, not just us telling you, not me and him saying, hey, listen, he's being, I think they had a bad relationship. They showed you a fucking picture of it. And you still protected him. So how am I supposed to not think that the thought process in your mind is until she's found, Stephan can't be charged with murder? Because we both now know that you don't want him to be charged with murder because you want him to have a lawyer.
No, I don't.
The blowjob.
That was
then.
He
can't be charged with murder.
That was then. Everything that you guys have shown me since then and have showed me that he's
so we had to show you a picture of her dead in a car for you to finally not take his side? Enough? Do you not see where I'm coming from? Like, I'm not trying to be a dick here, but it makes absolutely no sense that your name is Stephan.
I don't know.
Where does your mind go? Stephan. There should have been no doubt in your mind when they showed you that picture of what he was doing to you that you had any care in the world other than I want that motherfucker to die.
These interviews raised eyebrows not only within the community, but also among the police investigators. With Stephan identified as the last individual to have seen Madeline alive, authorities turned their attention to him and conducted a thorough examination of his phone. What they uncovered was deeply troubling photos and videos depicting instances of abuse that had occurred within the home where Madeline lived. Despite Sterns' attempts to dispose of the incriminating evidence by claiming to have accidentally factory reset his phone on the day Madeline went missing, his efforts proved futile. Law enforcement officials were still able to retrieve explicit videos that he had in his possession, further deepening the suspicions surrounding his involvement in Madeline's disappearance and raising serious concerns about the safety and well-being of Madeline during her time at home.
He will never see a day outside a jail cell.
Originally, they charged him, I think it was 1 or 2 charges in the very beginning. And that's fine because they got him off the phone.
At this critical juncture in the investigation, authorities took decisive action, placing 37-year-old Stephan Sterns into custody on charges related to possessing sensitive videos involving a child. Concurrently, they intensified efforts to put a case against Stern for the murder of 13-year-old Madeline Soto. Investigators expressed a high level of confidence in their belief that Madeline had tragically met her demise. With Stern now behind bars, law enforcement officials redoubled their focus on uncovering the truth surrounding Madeline's disappearance and bringing those responsible to justice. The gravity of the situation weighed heavily on the community as they awaited further developments in the ongoing investigation, grappling with the devastating reality that Madeline's life had likely been cut short.
During our forensic investigation, we uncovered disturbing evidence, graphic images, and videos depicting crimes being committed. It was during this examination that we learned we needed to act swiftly to remove the suspect, Stephan Sterns, from our streets. Despite the arrest, our investigation into her disappearance remained ongoing. We understand the importance of thoroughly exploring every lead and piece of evidence.
On the afternoon of Friday, March 1st, a somber announcement reverberated through the community as the Osceola County Sheriff's Office revealed the tragic discovery of young Madeline Soto's body. Her remains were found in the wooded area near Hickory Tree Road in Kissimmee, marking a devastating turn in the search for the missing teenager. At this juncture, details regarding any potential sexual assault or the condition of Madeline's body upon discovery have not been disclosed to the public. However, given the evidence recovered in the case, authorities have indicated a strong likelihood of assault having occurred. The revelation of Madeline further deepened the sorrow felt by Madeline's loved ones and the wider community as they grappled with the profound loss of a vibrant young life and tragic circumstances surrounding her untimely demise. As the investigation continued to unfold, the quest for justice for Madeline's gained even greater urgency as law enforcement officials worked tirelessly to uncover the truth and hold those responsible to account.
He will never see a day outside a jail cell.
Originally, they charged him, I think it was 1 or 2 charges in the very beginning. And that's fine because they got him off the phone.
Despite not facing murder charges in relation to Madeline's disappearance, Stephan Sterns was promptly apprehended on several other charges shortly after she went missing. Despite the absence of murder charges, experts such as David Thomas, a professor of forensic studies at Florida Gulf Coast University, have expressed confidence that Sterns will remain incarcerated.
To make those charges, they have to support that.
Thomas says now the question is life in prison or the death penalty if Sterns is charged with Madeline's murder.
Thomas asserted that if Sterns is ultimately convicted, he will likely spend the remainder of his life behind bars. The severity of the charges leveled against him, coupled with the compelling evidence amassed by investigators, indicates that Sterns may never regain his freedom. Initially, Sterns faced only 1 or 2 charges following his arrest. However, as the investigation progressed, law enforcement officials conducted a meticulous forensic analysis, unearthing significant evidence that could potentially link him to Madeline's disappearance and other associated incidents. This thorough and detailed approach to evidence collection underscores the unwavering commitment of law enforcement personnel to ensure that justice is served for Madeline and her grieving loved ones.
It broke my heart because the first thing that came to my mind was my own daughter. And I'm sure that everybody thinks of that at a tragic moment.
A testament of their grief in the wake of the heartbreaking announcement, hundreds of community members, classmates, and loved ones gathered to pay their respects to Madeline Soto. Emotions ran high as individuals came together to mourn and honor her memory. Amidst the gathering, a chorus of prayers filled the air as the crowd united in seeking solace and protection for the youth in the community. Songs and heartfelt prayers served as expressions of grief and solidarity during this difficult time. With Pastor Hector Gabby Melendez delivered a message of unifying and hope, urging those present to stand in solidarity with those who were grieving. He emphasized the importance of supporting one and offering a message of hope in the midst of sorrow. In the later dates, it has been established that Sterns was the last person known to have seen Madeline alive. Surveillance footage captured him discarding her school backpack and laptop in a dumpster, contradicting his claim that he was taking her to school. Additionally, he was seen driving away with her body in the car.
In those early morning hours, and all that is still under investigation.
The mother is cooperating with the investigation?
Yes, we're talking to the mother, yes.
She's not considered a suspect?
So we're talking to the mother in all this. There's, to my knowledge, she's not a suspect in this case right now.
You had mentioned that he dropped some items in the dumpster. Did you recover those?
That's correct. So from the dumpster, we recovered her backpack and her school-issued laptop.
Sheriff, do we believe that I know that you're piecing things together with different portions of video. Is it the department's belief that she was killed at the house?
It's our belief that she was killed in Kissimmee and that he moved her body. And so that's why the Kissimmee Police Department is the lead investigators now.
As for messages that it said that Madeline might have sent about knowing the language to her team, and questioning whether those were actually sent to her or Madeline's mom.
Yeah, that's all part of the investigation, so we haven't determined that yet.
Have you been in touch with Madeline's family? How are they taking this?
Yeah, so obviously detectives have spoken to her mother, and as you can imagine, the reaction that any parent would have.
So this is transitioned from a disappearance investigation to a murder investigation headed up by the Kissimmee Police Department.
That is correct. It is transitioned to a homicide investigation, and the Kissimmee Police Department will be the lead agency in that investigation.
At this point, any charges?
We're still investigating it.
You gave the deputies consent to look through your phone. You did, okay. And you voluntarily gave it to them so they could bring it here to do the extraction and stuff like that. Okay. What do you think was on the phone?
Text messages.
Mm-hmm.
Emails. Phone stuff.
Pictures?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of pictures were on there?
Trading card pictures, lightsaber pictures, Disney pictures.
Do you have a Google account?
Yeah.
Do you save pictures to your Google account?
Sometimes.
Or is it automatically? I know sometimes phones sync to a cloud and.
Yeah, I think it backs up to Google.
Mm-hmm. And then sometimes when you reset your phone and your phone updates and puts these apps back on your phone, sometimes they will put the images back on your phone.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Do you have
I assume so.
Do you have any pictures of you?
Probably. I mean, we went to Disney, took selfies on the train. She got back from Puerto Rico and had her hair braided. We got pictures of that. All sorts of pictures. Family events. I'm not as much of a shutterbug. Take them every once in a while.
Any other pictures you can think of? Here's where I'm going to be brutally honest with you. There's your phone. And I'm pretty sure you know what some of those pictures are about. You're a very intelligent person. And I don't want you to discredit yourself by saying you don't know about all the pictures that are on your phone. You understand what I'm saying? So do you want to add to the list of pictures?
No.
Should I be talking with a lawyer right now?